Do you have buyer's remorse? 72% of home buyers in pandemic claim to regret their purchases. So we're going to talk about some options of what you can do about that.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. We are the Hatch Homes Group and it's our weekly Monday market update. Before we get into it, please remember to like and subscribe if you are enjoying what you are seeing from us. So yes, as Michelle said, there's some articles circulating that 72% of home buyers regret their purchases during this pandemic. And it varies from having grievances about the home just generally to hating it. And why? Why would that be? Well, when you have 30-minute time slot to see a house once and you have to make a quick decision and give your firstborn to get the house, yeah, you could see that you may not have had all the opportunity to make sure that was the right house for you. So on the flip side, is there really a perfect home? I mean, if you build from ground up, maybe you could build your perfect home, but that doesn't exist in resale. However, a positive about the market that we're entering in is that buyers have time to make that decision. So that is a beautiful thing right now. I just wrote an offer on a house where my clients got to see it 3 times within the span of like 2 weeks before they actually wrote the offer. They entered into it confidently. They did their due diligence before. So it was amazing. So there's a benefit of what we're entering in right now as a side note.
Totally. And we totally understand there's a dilemma for a buyer who have like regrets or dissatisfied with their homes. It actually happens in almost every market when you think about it. So we want to break down some options for you. In the past few years of these high year-over-year appreciation values, buyers had the luxury of buying a house and then being able to sell it just 2 years later at a pretty good profit. And that was actually not the norm. So we need to get that out of people's heads because that's just not the market we're in anymore.
So here are some of the best options for buyers that bought during the pandemic who might be dissatisfied with their home.
First of all, sell it. Get rid of the pandemic purchase. There's fees to sell your home, and if it's sold under 2 years, there's tax implication if there's capital gain, but that's after all your expenses. So that's always an option if you need.
Second option is you can keep it and keep it as a rental. With rent so high and your interest rate is likely very low, it could be good for you. It could work out with the numbers. A great lender could kind of talk more with you about that and how that could be an option for you.
That's a really good one.
Number 3, hold on to it a little bit longer. Just if you can bear with it, then you can ride out any market that we're going into, and you could also build just a little bit more equity to get you comfortable on your next purchase. So like as example, and I know that we're not like heading into this great recession that we did, but I bought my first house in the bubble of prior to the Great Recession. And I wrote it out, right? So I wrote out the bad years, and most people that did are up at least 50% on their investment. So we might not know what we're going in right now, how long you're going to have to write it out. But what we do know is that real estate in general is a fabulous investment if you can hold it. So hold it just a little bit longer if you can, if those other reasons don't make sense, and you could be up.
Yeah, I mean, real estate is a long-term investment, right? So the 4th option is to improve it, to either sell it or improve it to make it more livable for you. There are some options. If you're worried about money, you can get a home equity line of credit. And there are some construction companies that will finance for you as well. Going into this potential recession should mean that this booming construction business gets a little bit more easy to hire someone and actually have them show up. So there is caveats to that, of course. So to make sure to consult with us before you go embarking on this journey. I mean, the last thing we want for you is to over improve your home and not get the ROI on that. So talk to us about that before you do any of these options, really. We're here to be your resource.
So as we've said, there's some real positives for buyers in the current market. And you've got options if you're dissatisfied with your pandemic purchase. So reach out to us, set up a consultation, and let's go over your situation, your particular situation. And Johnny, what do we have to do?
You have to like, subscribe, and share this.
Share it.
Share it.
Thanks. Have a good week, everyone.